Have you ever had that feeling like you're just sort of drifting through life, maybe caught up in what other people expect or, just not quite sure what your next step should be?
Oh, definitely. That feeling of being a bit unmoored, constantly reacting instead of really steering the ship yourself.
Exactly. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
But what if there was this inner compass, like an internal GPS, something unshakable inside you, something that could guide you through, well, pretty much any storm and actually help you thrive, find real clarity, even when things feel chaotic?
Yeah, that's a powerful idea.
Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. This really deep, undeniable link between having a strong sense of self, knowing who you are, and building resilience, like true resilience that can handle anything.
Right.
So our mission here is to unpack what that strong sense of self really is, why it's not just, a nice idea, but totally essential for your well-being.
Absolutely essential.
And most importantly, we want to give you some practical, actionable ways you can actually cultivate this inner strength so you can face life's challenges with, well, more confidence and clarity.
Okay, let's map out that inner terrain then. Where do we start?
Well, let's define it first. What is this sense of self we're talking about?
It's fascinating, isn't it, how basic this idea is, but how easily we can overlook it. So when we talk about a sense of self, we're really talking about your internal perception, your deep awareness of who you authentically are.
Okay, so not just surface level.
Not at all. It's not a fleeting thought or mood. It's like the bedrock of your being. It covers your core identity, your emotional world, your moral code, your deep-seated beliefs, your non-negotiable values.
Wow, okay. That's a lot.
It is. Think of it like your most reliable internal compass. It's constantly guiding your choices, helping you set and, crucially, maintain healthy boundaries in, well, every part of your life.
Like that little voice inside saying, "This is me. This is what I stand for."
Exactly that. That quiet but firm whisper.
So it's way more than just how you see yourself superficially. It's like a living guide for your whole existence. And based on everything we've looked at, it seems this inner compass isn't just important, it's fundamental, like foundational for everything else: mental health, physical energy, emotional stability.
Even spiritual connection for many people.
Yeah.
It's the source, really, that fuels your recognition of your own worth, your intrinsic value.
Right. Without knowing that deep down, it's like trying to build a house on shaky ground.
That's a perfect analogy. Without that solid foundation, that strong sense of self, you might find yourself constantly confused, maybe struggling to make decisions.
Yeah, second-guessing everything.
Exactly. Prone to self-doubt, self-criticism. It makes it so easy to feel overwhelmed by just life demands. You might feel, as one piece described it, sort of carried by other people and circumstances instead of your own drive.
I can picture that. Almost like you don't even know what you truly want sometimes.
Which makes you vulnerable to living out someone else's script for your life, rather than your own authentic story.
That image, being pulled in all directions, second-guessing, it sounds draining just thinking about it. But what's the flip side? What's the tangible difference when that inner compass is strong?
It changes everything. It creates this internal anchor. A robust sense of self keeps you really grounded.
Okay.
It lets you navigate life's changes and challenges because they will come with genuine resilience, with a kind of self-assurance that isn't arrogant, just solid.
So you know yourself better.
Much better. You become far more aware of your strengths, what lights you up, where you naturally excel, and also your weaknesses. Not as flaws to beat yourself up about, but just areas for potential growth.
I see.
And that self-awareness, naturally, it leads to more confidence.
Yeah.
Higher self-esteem, because you're operating from a place of knowing, not just guessing.
That awareness sounds like more than just comfort. It sounds like it's actually part of resilience itself.
It absolutely is. Knowing who you are is a cornerstone of resilience. We often think of resilience as bouncing back.
Yeah.
But it's more than that. It's the capacity to adapt well when things get tough, to withstand adversity, not just by gritting your teeth, but by learning, by growing from it.
Okay.
It's about recovering quicker from setbacks, often coming out stronger, instead of just getting stuck in the mud. It's that inner strength that turns obstacles into opportunities.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me. A strong sense of self means you're less likely to be pushed around by external pressures, right? Like society's expectations, if they don't align with your actual beliefs.
Exactly. It's like having that anchor in a storm. You might shift a bit, adapt, but your core stays firm. And this isn't just talk. There's a concept in psychology called personal growth initiative. PGI.
PGI. Tell me more about that.
Yeah. PGI is a really key piece here. It refers to your ability, your proactive capacity to actively work on improving yourself, to make realistic plans for positive change, and to constantly look for chances to learn and evolve.
So it's intentional growth.
Very intentional. Think of it less like vague self-help and more like a strategic life skill. Research shows that people who actively plan for personal growth, they set actual goals to become better versions of themselves. They don't just feel better, they actually experience less distress when life throws curveballs.
Yeah.
Their overall well-being is significantly higher in stressful times.
Wow. It's like building an emotional immune system proactively.
That's a great way to put it, preparing yourself internally for whatever might come externally.
We actually found a really great real-world example of this, an initiative called Discover Your Inner Strength.
Oh, yes.
It was designed specifically to boost resilience by helping people find that inner strength for everyday challenges. It used group reflection, which is already powerful.
But they added a really practical twist. Participants dug into common challenges. They faced things like community divisions, friction with family or friends, dealing with negative views from others.
So external stuff.
And internal struggles, too. Things like anxiety, self-doubt, loneliness, really common human experiences. But the really clever part was how they got people to create very specific if-then rules for these challenges. It turned abstract worries into concrete plans.
If-then rules. Can you give an example? That sounds super practical.
Sure. So let's say someone was struggling with disagreements with a parent about religion, a really common friction point.
Right.
Instead of just feeling frustrated, their rule might be, if I have a disagreement with my parent regarding religion, then I will listen respectfully, try to understand their view, and calmly discuss mine openly.
Okay, so it gives you a clear action.
Exactly. Or maybe someone saw divisions in their community. Their rule could be, if I know people avoiding each other due to old issues, then I will look for a respected mediator to explore reconciliation. Specific, actionable.
That's brilliant. It takes the heat out of the moment and gives you a path. So what happened? What were the results of this initiative?
They were really encouraging. People reported feeling much more in control of their situations. They had clearer ideas about what to do when challenges arose. They felt more focused on solutions, not just the problems.
That makes sense.
And crucially, it boosted their personal growth initiative. It really cemented that proactive approach. But beyond individuals, it created a shared language for the group.
So it helped them talk about tough stuff.
Yes, constructively. Around sensitive issues that could easily cause more conflict, it built this sense of shared reality, affirmed people's identities within the group, and boosted everyone's effectiveness and resilience.
Oh.
It really shows how practical, self-aware strategies, even if they arise in specific contexts, have this universal power to build inner strength.
That's a fantastic illustration. Okay, so for someone listening thinking, right, I get the why, I see it working, but how? How do I start building this in my life? Where does that journey begin?
It really starts with deepening your self-reflection and awareness. And you can think about it quite simply, like getting to know a new friend. But that friend is you.
Okay, getting to know myself.
Yeah, actively exploring your authentic self, trying to see past the layers of what you think you should be, and a really practical starting point. Just sit down and make some lists.
Lists? Like what?
Your best qualities, your core beliefs, what really guides you. Your big life goals, your dreams, even simple stuff. Your favorite things, what you genuinely like and dislike. It sounds basic, but it helps form a clearer self-image.
I like that, making it tangible. What else helps build that self-awareness?
Mindfulness practices are huge here. And it's not about emptying your mind, that's a misconception. It's about cultivating awareness of the present moment. Things like meditation, deep breathing. They help you just observe your thoughts, feelings, sensations without judging them. Let them pass through.
So you don't get swept away by them.
Exactly. And you can weave it into daily life easily. Mindful eating, actually tasting your food, mindful walking, feeling your feet on the ground, it just anchors you in the now.
And I guess the classic tool that always comes up is journaling.
Always. And for good reason. Journaling is incredibly powerful. It's a fantastic outlet for emotional release, just getting thoughts and feelings down on paper, raw and uncensored. It boosts self-expression, helps you clarify things you didn't even know you were thinking, and it's great for problem solving. You start to see patterns, gain new perspectives.
Like having an honest chat with yourself.
Precisely. Try different prompts maybe. What made me feel alive today? What's a challenge I'm facing and how does it make me feel? Just writing it down can shift things.
Okay, so you start with that reflection, that awareness.
Yeah.
How do you then take that understanding and bring it into the real world? Put your authentic self into action?
By intentionally, maybe bravely, stepping out of your comfort zone sometimes.
Okay, not necessarily huge leaps.
No, not reckless stuff, but maybe trying something new. A solo trip to a place nearby, a class completely unrelated to your job, joining a group with different interests.
What does that do?
These experiences often reveal hidden strength in you, untapped resilience. You see how adaptable you are when faced with something new, even if it's slightly uncomfortable. It builds your self-belief through actual experience.
And it sounds like a big part of this is also just accepting yourself as you are. Strengths, weaknesses, the whole package.
Totally. Radical self-acceptance.
Yeah.
Embrace your strengths. Lean into them. And acknowledge your weaknesses without beating yourself up. See them as areas for growth.
Right.
Understand where you shine. Understand where you can improve. That allows for focused growth. Don't waste energy wishing you were different. Focus on what you can do and challenge yourself, yes, but with things that are tough but achievable.
To prove it to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Each little win builds that internal confidence brick by brick.
Now, we've talked a lot about the internal journey.
Yeah.
But how do our relationships, our interactions with others, fit into building this strong sense of self? It doesn't feel like something you do totally alone.
Oh, they're absolutely critical, especially when you think about setting boundaries.
Boundaries. Always important.
And often underestimated for protecting your self-identity. Healthy boundaries clearly mark where your needs, your space, your desires begin and end, and where others begin. Just practicing saying no sometimes, without feeling guilty. Even in small ways, choosing the restaurant table you actually prefer, declining an invite when you need downtime, it strengthens your sense of agency, your self-respect.
It's like saying, my needs matter too.
Precisely. And who you surround yourself with. That matters hugely.
Yeah, I bet.
You know the saying, you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with? There's truth in that. So consciously choose supportive people. People who see you, celebrate you, encourage your authentic self.
Okay.
Those relationships provide validation, emotional support, and crucially, a safe space to be yourself, which just reinforces your identity. And developing emotional intelligence helps here too. Empathy, social skills, they help build those vital support networks.
That makes sense. Finally, let's touch on healing and self-compassion. This feels like maybe the deepest layer for a lot of people.
It really is foundational. At its heart, it's about nurturing your inner world. Practicing self-compassion means showing yourself the same kindness and understanding you'd give a good friend.
Instead of listening to that inner critic all the time.
Exactly. Quieting that harsh voice. This kindness creates a safe space inside for your true self to emerge and flourish. It leads to more happiness, less anxiety, better coping.
And what about past hurts? Trauma.
That's vital too. Unaddressed past trauma can really impact self-worth. Working through those experiences, often with professional help, is a crucial step towards a stronger sense of self. Otherwise, you risk identifying more with your wounds than your authentic strength.
And that often means changing how you talk to yourself.
Absolutely. It's a conscious effort. Replacing that negative inner chatter with positive, affirming self-talk, it gradually builds confidence, shifts how you see yourself. It's not about denying problems, but affirming your ability to handle them, reminding yourself of your worth.
This all fits together so well, the self-awareness, the actions, the relationships, the healing. But I'm curious, is there deeper scientific backing for this link between self-knowledge and resilience? It feels right, but what does the research say?
Great question. And yes, absolutely. It's not just a nice idea. It's strongly supported by psychological science. Researchers link what they call ego resiliency.
Ego resiliency.
Yeah, basically your ability to adapt your self-control and behavior flexibly to fit different situations. They link that very strongly to a bigger concept, the general factor of personality, or GFP.
Okay, the general factor of personality. That sounds big. What is it?
It is big. Imagine all those positive personality traits we generally value being conscientious, emotionally stable, open, agreeable, even outgoing to a degree. The GFP is like the common thread running through them.
Like an underlying core of positive functioning.
Exactly, a core capacity for functioning effectively in life. And here's the really striking part. Studies show an incredibly high correlation between that ego resiliency, the ability to adapt and bounce back, and this GFP.
How high are we talking?
Some meta-analyses find correlations around 0.93, which is, well, it's almost unheard of in psychology.
Wow, 0.93. So essentially, ego resiliency and this core factor of positive personality are almost measuring the same thing.
Pretty much. It suggests this ability to adapt, be resourceful, engage effectively with the world isn't just a skill you learn, it's a core, stable part of personality. It's deeply tied to what makes us effective, thriving humans.
That's fascinating. It's not just about being tough. It's about this fundamental capacity to navigate life well.
Precisely. This connection shows that adapting, being resourceful, engaging constructively, it's central. It's key for handling complexity, facing challenges, achieving personal goals, contributing to communities. It allows you not just to endure stress, but actually grow from it, turn adversity into evolution.
Okay, so bringing this all together, what's the main takeaway from this deep dive?
I think the core message is really clear and powerful. Your deep, authentic sense of self isn't just part of you, it's your most vital tool for building that unshakable resilience.
Right.
It's this lifelong journey, really, of knowing your values, understanding your reactions, setting good boundaries, practicing self-compassion, and actively choosing to grow. It's like building an inner fortress not to hide, but to stand strong from within.
And it's so important to remember, it is a journey, isn't it? Not a final destination you arrive at.
Absolutely. Building a strong sense of self takes continuous reflection, learning, and courageous action. It's about showing up for yourself consistently in small ways and big ways.
Day after day.
Yeah. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening.
Okay.
Consider this. If knowing yourself deeply is the ultimate act of resilience, what's just one small, intentional step you can take today? Just one thing to listen more closely to that inner compass and let your authentic self lead the way, even just a little bit more.
That's a powerful question to end on. Thank you for joining us on this really insightful deep dive into self-discovery and inner strength. We hope you feel inspired, maybe empowered to continue this incredibly important journey.